Alright, guys, it's me again, and this is gonna be my story about what I've gone through, what I've done, and my regrets. I'm gonna tear up, but okay. Basically, when I was really young, my parents got divorced. I didn't really understand it because of how young I was, and as I grew up, I kind of missed them being together. And I didn't really understand it, why they happened to just disappear. And then after that, I started getting really depressed. Too depressed, you know. And nobody understood. Nobody knew, except for one of my friends. She understood. But in reality, I regret a lot of things. My mom had custody of me, you know. Happy kid, living with a mom. And then my dad gained custody of me. And that was pretty good for a while too. But I started feeling all alone. Like I was nothing to anybody. And I was bullied. And I didn't feel loved. And so I started self-harming. It's really not that fun at all. And I wouldn't wish any of y'all to do that ever. Please don't ever self-harm. But when I was in 8th grade, I was sexually harassed. I'm not going to really go into detail about that, but I was sexually harassed and my parents found out. And we went to court for it and stuff, but yeah. And then that kind of started my self-harm story. And it just kept getting worse, kept going downhill. I kept losing feelings for everything. I'd go through relationships like they were nothing. I didn't care about anybody. I didn't care about myself. I hated myself. I put others first, which is something I always do, and no matter how I feel. And sometimes that gets the best of you. And you shouldn't let it go as far as I let it. I let everything slide. I forgot about my own pain. I just kind of forgot about it until I came home and I found comfort in, finding that razor. That's whenever my parents found that out, they kind of broke them. They weren't expecting their little baby girl to have to go through the pain of self-harm. And the pain that I went through, they didn't understand. They didn't know. I didn't tell them. I finally got counseling. It helped for a little bit, but I'd lie to them, say, no, I haven't self-harmed. No, I'm perfectly fine. Good day, In reality, I wasn't okay. I've never really been okay. I've never been fine. Well, after a while, I started realizing I needed help. I really needed help. So, I asked. I was like, I need counseling. I need it. I can't sleep at night. I really can't. And that's not okay with me. I really need to sleep, because school is important to me. Well, so I got counseling. Didn't really help. They gave me sleeping medication. And that helps when I can't sleep. Sometimes. Sometimes it really doesn't. And that when it really sucks. Getting into high school, things got a little easier. Less bullying, less name calling. Found someone that I really cared about. Let them go. Just, beginning of the year, freshman year, I was like, okay, relationship. And then I went to another relationship. I left this perfect guy for this low-life guy. The worst thing I could have ever done. So, after a while, towards the end of freshman year, I knew I made a mistake. So I started dating the guy again, and he'll always be the love of my life, I'm not gonna lie. And he's also my best friend now. We did break up, but we're still building it back up. But one thing that you have to know is that you're never alone. Ever. And pain of self-harm, the thought of suicide, I've had that. I've had the feeling of suicide. I have notes about it. I mean, I wrote notes thinking that I was done. I was over. I wanted to end everything, and I wanted an easy way out. And now that I'm glad I didn't take that. I'm glad I didn't take the easy way out. I'm glad that I'm still here. I've made many friends. I've lost a lot of friends. One friend that's always stuck by me since we were in 3rd grade and we met in the dance classroom. She's been my knight in shining armor, but girl form, you know? She's one of my best friends, ever. I mean, we get in fights and stuff, but she's literally always there for me, no matter what I go through. She gives the best advice. She's sassy, and that's amazing. I mean, most people don't like sassy girls, but she's pretty chill. And one thing that I love is that she doesn't judge me. And I want y'all to know that I will never, ever judge you for who you are. If you want to tell me your story, if you've been through things that I've been through, things close to it, and you want advice, knock yourself out. Go ahead. Do it. Tell me. But one thing I never, ever, ever want y'all to go through is the pain of being alone. The pain of wanting to hear someone call out your name, but all you hear is silence. That's the worst part. When you feel like you're in a dark room and you can't find yourself to get out of it. When you hear people calling your name out, saying, I can't come in, I can't help you, the demons are holding me back. That's when you have to fight. When you can't see, but you keep going. Things will knock you down, things will get bumps, and you will hit them, and it will hurt a lot. Trust me, I know it. And right now I'm telling you, you can get through it. I've gotten through it. Sometimes I feel like it's the end. I'm done. I'm over it. I can't do it anymore. But then, I know how many people love me. I know my mom loves me. I know my dad loves me. I know my stepdad loves me. I know my stepsister and brother, stepsister again, love me. And my siblings love me to death. One thing that I didn't tell y'all is that about 5 months ago, I lost my uncle. He was the best man you could ever meet. He's a professional skateboarder. And he was supposed to teach me how to skate. That Christmas, he died on New Year's Eve. So December 31st. And that Christmas, he bought me a skateboard. And he sent it to me because we live in 2 different places. So he sent it to me. But one night, I was at my best friend's house. And I woke up to her dad saying, Elisa, your dad will be here in 5 minutes. This was 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning. I was like, why is he coming to get me so early? I'm tired, you know? I was like, why are you doing this to me? I got in the car. He had puffy eyes, you know, they were red. I was like, what's wrong? What's going on? He's like, I can't tell you while I'm driving. I'll tell you when we get home. I got home. He was like, you need to start packing. And I was like, why? What's going on? He said, sit down. I sat down. He was like, Warren, your uncle, he was in an accident. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, he was fooling around with some friends and celebrating the Saints winning, and he fell off a 2-story building. And he's in the hospital, and he's unconscious. My heart dropped. It literally dropped, and I didn't know what to say. I said, Dad, it'll be fine. It's gonna be okay. Nothing bad could possibly happen. God wouldn't let that happen. So we left. We got there, straight to the hospital. I wasn't allowed to see him. My dad was, everybody was. But I wasn't. He wasn't in the right shape for me to be able to see him. He still had some things open, and it wasn't okay. I cried and cried. I stayed up night after night after night, not able to sleep. Cuddle up to his blankets in his room on his bed and cry. Wonder why? Why would he do something so unsmart? Why would he even take the risk of hurting himself? Next day they let me go in. I asked for a minute to myself, and I told him, I was like, don't go. You're a strong man. You can get through this. To this day, I regret saying that. Because I wish I could have told him that, you know, it's okay to go. It's okay. I understand. I know it's gonna be hard on me, but I understand. You can go. You don't have to be in pain anymore. You can go. But I held on to that faith that he was gonna come back, you know. And then a couple days later, 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, I got woke up, and my aunt said, Elisa, they need you at the hospital. I got there, and he was gone. Just gone. You know, when you wake up that one day, and you find out that the one that you had so much faith in is just gone. I felt that. So I know exactly how you feel if you've lost a loved one. I'm sorry, I don't want to cry. Okay. Whew. And one thing that hurt is that he was pronounced brain dead. Not that morning. The morning before I knew that he was gone, he was pronounced brain dead. My brother and my mom, who were 6 hours away from me, knew before I did. That hurt. To know that everybody knew except for me. Like I couldn't handle it. We had a connection since I was born, and nobody understands that. He's my backbone. And I absolutely love him to death. And I never will stop. After that, I found out that my great uncle was passing away too, from cancer. And he was too far along, it was too big. The mass was getting bigger. So, whenever he did pass, I wasn't ready for another funeral. I didn't go. I regret not going. I wish I could have, just to see him one last time, you know? Then after that, my grandma came down with breast cancer. Right now, she's going strong with that chemo. And I gave her a shout out for that. She's the strongest woman I have ever met in my life. And I can't fathom how hard it is going through that. But she's going strong. And she's gonna be okay. She's done. She's almost done with the chemo. She's good. But my life has never been easy. I know exactly how you feel. Whenever you say, I hurt, I'm in pain, the bullies, they're too much. Everything is too much. Family problems are too much. I just want to end it. I'm losing too many people. Time after time after time. I know how that feels. And you have to know to not give up. Everything happens for a reason. When one person goes, another comes in. You remember that. When one person leaves, another one will come into your life. You may not be able to replace the hole in your heart that you had for them, but another one will come in, and you will love them. Maybe not as much, but you will. And I guarantee you, it'll feel a lot better when that person comes in. And if you end it before you find that other person, what if that other person needed you to keep them going? Think about that. My story isn't done yet. I didn't end the chapter by ending the book. I just had chapter after chapter end, and I kept writing new chapters. It's your turn to choose. Are you going to end that chapter by ending the book, or are you going to continue your book? Because I guarantee you, you can continue with this book. You can go on with your chapters. You got this. Yes, it'll hurt. Life hurts. Life isn't fair. Nothing will ever be fair. And I know that. I just want y'all to know that I am here for you. My Twitter and my Instagram, my Snapchat, again, will be below in the description. And ever need help? Anything, do not be afraid to ask. Go ahead and ask. If you want to talk about a subject, hit me up, comment, whatever you want to do. But please subscribe and like for another video. I love you all. Mwah. Bye.